The pau d'arco tree is indigenous to the Amazonian rainforest. It has a long history of traditional use for infections and for stomach and bladder problems. Its active ingredient, beta-lactone, also attracted a lot of attention for its cancer-fighting, anti-inflammatory and anti-aging potential. The pau d'arco tree is a large evergreen tree with purple flowers, native to the Amazonian rainforest and South America. Traditional healers make the tea from the inner bark of the tree. The tea can be consumed as a drink or used on the skin. Pau d'arco received a lot of medical and scientific attention in the 60s. The Brazilian press published sensational stories about claims that it was a miraculous cancer cure. This attracted research from all over the world to investigate what was so special about the tree and its extracts. It even attracted the attention of the United States National Cancer Institute. Scientists then discovered that pau d'arco has two main cancer-fighting active compounds, lapicol and beta-lactone. As the main and most well-researched cancer-fighting component, the beta-lactone can affect numerous biological pathways to combat cancer. It can block DNA repair pathway that can help tumours to survive, making them more vulnerable to attacks and ultimately triggering their death. It can block a crucial cancer protein in lymphomas, possibly helping to protect against their spread. It can boost the activity of various cancer-fighting genes and factors, and its derivatives can target the mitochondria and increase reactive oxygen species in cancer cells, helping to degrade them. This cancer-fighting potential is what attracted the researchers to pau d'arco in the first place. The beta-lactone revealed to be active against various cancers in cellular studies, such as against human breast, prostate and leukemia cancer cells. The water extract could kill breast cancer cells by blocking estrogen receptors and by activating cancer-fighting and detox genes. Beta-lactone can injure the so-called heat shock proteins, and this further blocks the whole cancer pathway. Due to this activity, the beta-lactone can stop cancer cells from spreading, prevent them from making new blood vessels, and trigger their death in both cancer cells and mice with lung cancer. The beta-lactone can also increase the cancer-killing effects of radiation therapy in mice with head and neck cancers, and it can prolong their survival. It decreased the activity of an important cancer gene, NQ01, and this is more active in cancer cells than normal cells. This makes the beta-lactone naturally cancer-specific and opens up the possibility to target various cancers. Treatment of human cancer cells with beta-lactone sensitized an anti-cancer pathway in the cells. This makes the cancer cells vulnerable to oxidative stress, and this can trigger their death. The beta-lactone can potentially enhance the effects of conventional cancer treatments. The beta-lactone, however, has one major downside. It's not absorbed well in the gut, and it's only active for a short time. To overcome this, scientists have come up with stable nanoparticles that contain both the beta-lactone and another cancer drug, paclitaxel. According to them, these particles can kill lung cancer and pancreatic cells and would be absorbed better. Some cancer cells, like colon cancer, also break down beta-lactone, rendering it inactive. Although cancer cells have less of these detox enzymes than normal cells, this can explain why the beta-lactone might not be able to fight some cancers. Postmenopausal overweight mice were given a pau d'arco extract and they lost weight and body fat. It also reduced triglycerides in the fat cells. It seems to prevent the fat accumulation and the weight gain, even though the mice were deprived of the protective effects of estrogen. Mice who were fed a high-fat diet and the pau d'arco still lost weight and had reduced liver fat, cholesterol, insulin and leptin. It activated the fat-burning pathway in mice on the DNA level. There's various anecdotal reports of pau d'arco being used as an anti-inflammatory and a painkiller, especially for osteoarthritis and rheumatoid arthritis. The extracts reduced both the pain and the overall inflammation by 30 to 50% in mice. The extract could safely improve osteoarthritis in mice and lower inflammatory substances. In immune cells, it was able to reduce the chief driver of inflammation in the body, NF-kappa B. It also reduced other inflammatory substances like prostaglandin PGE2 in mice by blocking the main enzyme that contributes to inflammation, the COX-2 in the immune cell. In fact, this is the same pathway the common over-the-counter anti-inflammatory painkillers work. Beta-lactam reduced the inflammation and protected brain cells, and it acted as an antioxidant to neutralize reactive oxygen species, and it blocked inflammation on a DNA level. It can also increase the protective anti-inflammatory cytokines like interleukin-10. As an added benefit to its anti-inflammatory effects, the Pau d'Arco can also reduce allergies. The extract reduced the symptoms of eczema in mice, and it protected their skin without any toxic effects. It reduced substances involved in inflammation and allergies, like histamine, immunoglobulin E, interleukin-4, and IFN-gamma. This points to its potential for balancing both the Th1 and Th2 response, although it seems to affect the Th2 allergic symptoms more. Beta-lactam improves symptoms in mice with Huntington's disease. It could activate the genes that help to reverse many chronic diseases, the SIRT1 pathway. It also protected the body's energy powerhouse, the mitochondria, and this could support brain function even in healthy mice. Pau d'Arco can kill the bacteria that most commonly cause ulcers, Helicobacter pylori, in test tubes. Its main active component worked as well as standard antibiotics. It stopped the growth and the spread of 10 different strains of gut bacteria in the lab. It was active even against bacteria that cause serious symptoms in humans. But importantly, it didn't harm the bacteria that are part of the normal healthy gut flora, such as various bifidobacterium and lactobacillus strains. Together with antibiotics, it could combat hard-to-treat bacteria-resistant strains. The beta-lactam also killed fungi that cause diseases like valley fever and lung infections known as cave disease. Beta-lactam increased phase 2 antioxidant enzymes via AMPK and antioxidant gene expression in brain cells. It may boost our protective detox pathways. A volatile extract of Pau d'Arco, made like an essential oil from the tree, had a very strong antioxidant activity in the cells, similar to well-known antioxidants like vitamin E. Pau d'Arco has some interesting anti-aging life extension potential. In aged mice, the beta-lactam prevented the age-related decline of the muscles and the brain. It increased energy use, the activity of energy metabolism genes, and it protected the mitochondria. Essentially, the Pau d'Arco boosts NAD+, the molecule of youth based in the mitochondria. This might have similar effects to the anti-aging mechanisms of calorie restriction, and it's also involved in the cancer-fighting mechanisms of beta-lactam. Traditionally, Pau d'Arco is prepared as a tea from the inner bark of the tree. It's now sold as a tea alone or in combination with other herbs. Many compare the taste to licorice or cinnamon. Neither Pau d'Arco nor beta-lactam, the active component, have been approved for clinical use due to the lack of clinical research. Regulations set manufacturing standards for them, but they don't guarantee that they're safe or effective. Pau d'Arco can affect blood clotting and vitamin K levels in the body. If you're on blood thinning medication or you have a bleeding disorder, consult a doctor first. For more on herbs, supplements and natural treatment plans, check out my website.